Hi and welcome to this week's Curious L&D Conversations, which has been inspired by this road sign. I actually found this on the road while I was walking the dog, or rather the dog found it and I went over to see what it was. It's a road sign. And it links lovely into the topic that we've got this month, which is all about accidental managers. In the last session, we were just talking about identification, but this time we're actually going to be talking about setting expectations for people, because what happens with accidental managers is that because they have been so good in their previous role but now find themselves in the manager role, you get this kind of, well, which direction am I going in? You can see how this works. See, which direction am I going in? And this can change from time to time. It can change depending on the type of manager that they have, the kind of development that they're actually getting. And ultimately, all that needs to happen in the early days is to be able to literally point them in the right direction, setting out some examples of what does it mean for you to be a manager in this role? What are we expecting of you? And not to make that a vast amount of things. We're not talking about massive 16-page KPIs or setting targets. Just some simple stuff around, are you expecting them to actually do regular one-to-ones? Are you expecting them to be involved in disciplinaries? Are you expecting them to develop their people, or at least talk to them about their own development? In smaller companies, you tend to find that people just kind of meander their way through and there's nothing formally set. And that can be a real tricky place to be in. Corporates tend to have something that's slightly more in place, but even then they don't always get it right. So it's just really thinking at this stage, if you have accidental managers in your company, what is it you're doing to help them understand the 5 key principles to what you are expecting of them so that you can get them heading in the right direction? After all, we don't want people to be going downhill. We don't want them to fail. We want them to be going up. I love this. Okay, so that's it from me from this week. In our next session, we're going to be talking about, so once you've set those standards, how do you actually go about building some kind of development plan for them? So join me on that one, and I hope you're enjoying these. So hit follow, like, press a button wherever you're watching this, and you'll get to see the next one too, and I'll see you there.